you cutie patootie. Oh my gosh, I can customize my gloves, like my garden gloves. And they added like hand accessories. These weren't here before. This is new. This is new. Yep. Streams normally happen. Okay, I'm gonna snooze this ad. We did unlock a new spirit. It's gonna be the new variant. Oh my gosh. The variant of the axolotl is the triceratops. It's like the pterosops or something. It's like terracotta. It's like triceropods. Dinosaur. They wanted in real with like the tree. I like it. Oh wait, these are so cute. Wait. These are so cute. Got a little cauldron outside with. Okay, do we decorate our greenhouse? Ooh, I can change what the. Guys. Guys. Our garden can be in a mushroom, like, enchanted forest. Let me disarm this man. Oh my goodness. There ain't no way. There really isn't a way. First today. But I'm super excited about it. Can I choose what plant? I can choose the plant. Guys, we can have a mushroom farm. I'm gonna be doing. Can be a fucking butterfly, y'all. Oh my gosh, I can customize my gloves, like my garden gloves. Let me unlock a spirit. What did we unlock? What did we get? What do we get? What do I get? Please. Oh my goodness, it's a little gnome! It's a little gnome! I'm so mad. But we've unlocked a new spirit, and this is a spirit I'm really excited about, so we're gonna look at it because I'm super excited. Oh my goodness. I just want to squish it. I just want to squish it. Look at its little ears. Bell Blossom. Hi and bye. Hi and bye. Guys. Let's see who we got. Is it the fairy? Please be the fairy. Oh, she's so cute. Is she cutie patootie? Let me disarm this man. Oh my goodness. There ain't no way. There really isn't a way. Yep. Streams normally happen. Okay, I'm gonna snooze this ad. We did unlock a new spirit. It's gonna be the new variant. Oh my gosh. The variant of the axolotl is the triceratops. It's like the Okay, do we decorate our greenhouse? Ooh, I can change what the. Guys. Guys. Our garden can be in a mushroom, like, enchanted forest. This one, because it has, like, a book and a quill, and I like this one. Yeah, it's my first ever sponsorship and my first ever, giveaway. It's a lot of firsts today. But I'm super excited about it. Can I choose what plant? I can choose the plant. Guys, we can have a mushroom. Hello. Good morning. good afternoon, or good evening to some of you folks. Ah, there's still an ad going on. I'll hang out without really talking while we wait for this ad to finish up. Also, if I look like I'm about to throw up, it's because I feel like I'm about to throw up. I think I ate too much for dinner. I mean, not for dinner, for lunch. And now my stomach's just angry at me. Welcome back from ads. Hi. Sitting through 3 minutes of ads makes it to where you guys don't have to sit through ads constantly. I do 3 minutes of ads at the top of every hour. So hopefully that falls into a break if we do it properly. But thank you guys for sitting through those support me. If it looks like I'm about to throw up, it's because I feel like I'm about to throw up. I ate a really heavy lunch, and then I took a B complex vitamin that I started taking because I have felt like absolute garbo the last week, and I think it's just I'm lacking some vitamins, so I took some new vitamins. Hi Ebony. Hi, hello, welcome in. It is weekly get shit done day, so we meal plan. I'm doing the new budget because we just moved and we aren't getting some of the money that we used to be getting, and we're getting some money that we weren't originally getting. So I gotta re-budget. But I also had lunch outside, which I really enjoyed, but I think the sun also is not helping me in the feeling good. Also, be proud of me, guys. I have water today. I have water today. So be proud of me. I already drank my Dr. Pepper. I think that might be also part of it, is I kind of chugged my Dr. Pepper for the day because I was outside and it was kind of hot. Yeah, no, not Dr. Pepper. I already had it. So I have water today. I just took it like right after lunch, and I think it's more I had a really, really heavy. I think I just had a really heavy lunch, and then I took a vitamin, and my body was like, ew. You obsessed. I am obsessed with Dr. Pepper. You can thank my husband for that. Ew, Coke Zero? Let alone the Coke, but the Coke Zero? Ew. You can ask Brittany, though. Luke is the reason I'm obsessed. Coke is disgusting, let alone Coke Zero. Oh. You can taste the aspartame in Coke Zero, and it makes me want to throw up. I have to have a Dr. Pepper Zero, though, because I hate the sugar in Coke Zero. Not so good. No, like, there's aspartame. Is that what it is? In Coke Zero, and you can taste it, and it's so gross. It has such a strong taste. I'm dyslexic as fuck. What? You are dyslexic as fuck. That is an accurate statement. Did you mean you have to have a Coke Zero because you hate the sugar in Dr. Pepper? Is that what you meant? You're doing a greed exam question. What is that? Are you talking about, like, isn't there a book called Greed? You read that out loud and I was like, huh? Ebony said, wait a minute. I don't think I said what I meant to say. We're gonna hop over to this and see what animal we're gonna unlock. Also, giveaway is still going on. It ends on Sunday at 3 p.m. No, not the bug. It's like some, like, greed is never a good reason for war, and I gotta evaluate it. Greed is never a good reason for war. That is a good point. Okay. Afternoon. Snack. Also, we're turning off the animals. How is music audio? Is it too loud? Its sound? Is it too loud? Is it... It's good. They're a little loud for me for some reason, so I am gonna turn them down for me. It's fine. Good. Yes. Sound. Poor dear. But yeah, no, we're gonna go ahead and hop into some co-working so I can get some shit done. Oh, no! Oop. Not 2020. I don't want to go back to that year. I'm pretty sure that's the year that I met. Brittany. I think. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I feel so nauseous. Oh my god. Throne, respectfully, I need you to stop sending me emails suggesting sex toys for my Throne wish list. Please and thank you. Respectfully, I love you, Throne, but please stop sending me emails suggesting to add sex toys to my wish list. The indie author is so cute. I haven't checked out the thing yet, but I do need to. You mean what? Exactly what I said. It sends me like, okay, so I'm not gonna show you guys my email, but like, Throne, creators keep adding this to wish list. Top, okay, birth me? Not birth me. Yeah, that's so accurate though, because she is going to school to be like a birth. You're wearing off on me, stop. She's going to like classes to be a birth, is it a birth support person? It's the outrageous things to get a reaction. I'm a prude at heart. But literally, a childbirth educator, there we go. Birth me works great. How much shit? I couldn't think what it was. And then I tried to say birth and my brain said girth and I just lost all train of fucking thought. Changing my name to birth me. Do it. But yeah, no, it literally says, the subject title says, you won't find these in eggs. You're good. You're good. You won't find these in eggs. And then it says, creators keep adding this to their wish list. First off, there's like blush bunny headband, cute ears. It's like a headband with purple bunny ears. You know, that's whatever. And then white bunny bra and mini skirt. And it's kind of like a lingerie set. Well then, not the eggs. Then, V-Do Oh Bunny vibrating C ring. And then Black Rabbit cosplay ensemble. Like, guys, I can't make this shit up. And they always sending me shit like this. Like, your mouth is wide open. Like, if you look at my throne wish list, there is nothing on there. There is nothing on there. You're gonna F like bunnies, they mean the whole roleplay. For real. Like, if you look at my throne wish list, I don't have shit like that on there. Because I just don't put that shit on there. Because that's not the kind of shit that I make. Technically. I talk about smut and read smut books. But other than that, that's all I do. Haha. We're unhinged. We are so unhinged. Ma'am, I am in a public space. Harlot. Sorry, I tuned in and then waddled out of the room and got my phone. Hi, Susie. You missed us talking about Birth Me. Because Bright Me is going to school to be a childbirth educator. Which is perfect. Susie is now, what, 41 weeks and like 3 days pregnant? Birth Me? And she's been trying so hard to have that baby. That baby does not want to come out. That baby said, nope, I'm in and I'm staying. Sorry. Unfortunately. Get a lawyer, evict the kid. That he has an eviction notice of next Tuesday. It says his eviction notice date. Get a lawyer, evict the kid. I can't. I think I've been in early labor for almost 2 weeks with contractions, but not good enough and no real cervical changes. He will be evicted. He will be evicted. I hope he doesn't do what John did. John wasn't born until 3 days after his eviction notice. John said, I'm staying in. That shit. I was in the hospital for going on 4 days with that kid. I almost hit the like point of like, hey, emergency C-section, because my water had been broken and I had been in active labor for like a little too long. Almost. Like I was at 28 hours when I finally gave birth to him. I will have to go back to work with this child in me at this point. Oh no. I hate that, like, I will say I'm very happy that I was blessed that I didn't have my job and I'm able to not have my job. I've seen that horror movie. I'm happy to say that, like, I'm very blessed. There's not much that I need to add to my calendar. Oh no, my game's about to crash. No, it's not. Never mind. If we could get Austin paid more to where he could afford our bills, I would be a stay-at-home mom or even just a part-time worker. That's completely fair. Like I said, I'm lucky my husband makes enough money in his job that, like, we're fine. I gotta remember how to read an LAS. Okay. Sorry, trying to figure out, is that... Don't mind me looking up how to read an LES. Wait a damn minute. They're taking more than our BAH. Duke's on his way home. Oh. Oh, my game crashed. My game crashed. Sorry, I just found out that they're taking more than our BAH for our housing, and they're not supposed to do that. Like, they're taking like a good 150 more than our BAH for our housing. So, fuck off. Sorry, you guys didn't see that there was a spammer in chat. To me, am I the spammer? Was there? Ebbs could see it. Ebbs is a mod. Ow, my knee. Fuck. Okay. I'm adding shit to my airsoft belt. No, I can't. You can't? Well, you could see it if you had seen it before I saw it. Where I denied it, it didn't work. I'm locked in. Also, you guys want a tip when it comes to budgeting. Round down when you're talking about the money that you have. Tell your husband it sucks. I hate what? What shit? Mole shit? You hate mole shit? The loops? The loops? Huh? To put a pouch on? Oh, okay. No, mole? Mole? I also hate mole shit. It's okay. Molly? Oh. Ebony. We can't do Molly. You should hate the Molly. Okay. Nobody's had enough of my shit. My brain just cannot comprehend. I am just like so confuddled. Oh. Doesn't seem right. Okay, wait, no, yeah, no, that's... Hold on a second. He said always, Ebs. Sorry, we were talking money. And I don't... Love you guys, but you guys don't need to know finances on the deep down. Chit-chatting. Okay, but yeah, no, I was giving you guys a tip. When you are budgeting, I need to know everything. When you are budgeting, like, say, this is completely hypothetical. Say you make $2,173.50 a paycheck. That's just an off-the-wall fucking number. Instead of rounding up, you want it to have it like an even number. It's a lot easier to budget when you have like whole dollars and not broken down. So instead you would round down to 2,173. And then, so like when it comes to the money you have, you always round down, because then you have a little bit, those little bits of cents add up. And then like, say you have a bill that's like 159.60. 5 hours for 4 tires and back brakes? What the fuck? Yeah, no. But say you have a bill that's $159.60. You'd round that up to 160. Just trust. It helps a lot with budgeting, and it gives you a little bit of like wiggle room. Why does it take an hour for a tire? I don't fucking know. That sounds ridiculous if I'm honest. It shouldn't be, unless you've gone to like a really shitty mechanic shop that is not good at what they do. It shouldn't take that long. If you took it to a dealership, it's possible they only have one machine for aligning the tires. We only have one machine for cars for whatever reason. That's interesting. Oh yeah, Susie would know. Susie works for a dealership. That's right. Or she worked for one. I don't know if you changed jobs recently, but yeah, Susie works for a dealership. Susie would know. Another one with the shop upgrade they're doing. Nice. I technically still work there, although just on leaving now in the business office. Nice, nice. I feel like the business office at a dealership is like a lot more laid back. I might be wrong, but I feel like it's a lot more laid back. Eb's over here on Discord freaking out about the tickets going on sale. It is until end of month. Oh, because I bet you guys have to deal with all like the money shit. That's right. I was just over on Discord freaking out about these tickets going on sale. Yeah, I didn't see the one about animals pooping and whether they have to wipe or if they have to shake their butts because... I saw it and I was like, Ebony, what the fuck? I feel like I'm really warm. I'm gonna take my temperature. But you own animals. You know that they don't do any of that shit. They just have natural... Like, I saw a poor sheep on my home and I had that question. Oh no. Sheep are different. I feel like I'm like really warm. They don't. They don't. I'm gonna go grab a thermometer really quick and check my temperature. 1 second. Okay, I do not have a fever. I just feel really warm. Also, you can see like my hair is starting to fade. And you can see how warm my hair was under it because it's starting to turn like a little bit of a yellow in some places. But I go back next weekend for a touch-up and a dye job. It still doesn't look bad. But you can definitely see some of the yellow coming through. Pretty strongly. But I go on, especially like that right there. This like bit here where my ends were a little bit warmer. I go back on next Saturday for another touch up and stuff, and hopefully we'll get a little bit darker because just where I have a history of chemicals. Also, like under here where I didn't like go as heavy with the chemicals and stuff, you can see it's like fading into more of like a teal. Like in some places it's fading more teal and then some it's more yellow. But I'm gonna be going for like a touch up and everything. But my hairstylist, like, she actually commented on, you see a message, they so have an alignment machine. I just don't understand this physical work it takes to take a tire and break off and replace and then align, and each tire takes an hour. Take less to change tire on the side. I think it's also because normally when people are changing tires on the side of the road, it's a matter of like, have to do it then, and a lot of times you're doing a spare tire and not like a regular tire. And so it's a little different. And yeah, they are replacing brakes. And when you replace brakes, you have to do like the brake fluid. You have to, it's a lot. It is a lot. But also, like, still feel like 5 hours is a little excessive. Valid. I wish wait times were better. We're a corporation now, and instead of giving the jobs to the people who can complete them the quickest, the computer randomly assigns techs the jobs. Tech has never done it before, so it takes a lot longer sometimes. I don't know if that's how your other tutors work. I don't know work at this point. That's fair. Getting an app felt. I literally contemplated just canceling stream and taking a nap, but I got shit to do, so could not do that. MG Night Market in Val. If it's good, then we'll be broke. Ebony, no. $90 on Val this month? Ebony! What are you spending $90 on Valorant for? That's wild. A bundled knife skin, 4 gun skins, it's worth it. Okay. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. Yuck your yum is actually crazy. I'm just not gonna yuck your yum because I personally would not pay money for skins in a game like that. Like, unless it was like a very specific like thing. That's why I don't have a lot of survivors and stuff in like Dead by Daylight and stuff because I just not my thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna nap. Like, this monster is making me more sleeper, bro. Rah. I'm a robot spending money on games. Also, why I only really play older games. Yeah. I just feel like so many games nowadays are like a pay to win, pay to play lately. That's kind of exhausting. So that's why I really stick to a lot. That's why I've kind of stopped playing The Sims, because I feel like they're just constantly coming out with stuff. But I think I saw an announcement that they're like not releasing that stuff anymore for The Sims. Yeah, no, they are making it all more expensive and doing so many bad. Yeah. It irks me. I just beat Tomb Raider for this time on a mouse and keyboard. I've beaten it several times on Xbox. Nice. Enjoy your lyric. Not them issuing a freeze watch for tonight. Eek. Susie, you got like treads on your tires, right? You don't live very far from the hospital, right? Girl, I would just go to the hospital just in case. To be safe, I would go to the hospital. I'd drive my happy ass up to the hospital and be like, hey, I've been in early labor for like a week now, and there's a freeze warning tonight. I ain't taking chances. I'd be like, hey, can I just stay the night? I'm just gonna spend a night. Say, I'ma just spend the night. It's okay. Allow me to stress you out. My tires are naked and the hospital's in Lex. Oh no. I think I'd be taking a trip with Lexington. They really shouldn't, you're right. Which I've been saving up for them. I've also had enough for a cheap set, but like I might have to use said savings for bills if I don't have this kid starting to get paid. That's fair. I hope the kiddo comes out soon just so that you can actually spend time. I think that's the hardest part of like being a working mom and like the United States, like maternal and family leave. It's just, if you don't get off, you're not gonna get time with them, and that can be really frustrating. Is my husband still home? Is he just ignoring my messages? He is still home. Do you know why we don't have federally mandated paternity leave? Because capitalism. That's the only explanation I know. Capitalism. And also, they're trying to force women out of the workforce. Yep. That too. That's why, like, breastfeeding was, like, super in the boom of them needing, like, female workers because of, like, you know, the draft. Exactly. They were, like, pushing formula because they were like, that means, like, that was the big, like, sell point of formula when formula became a thing was, ladies, you can go back to work if you formula feed your baby. Which, nothing against formula feeding. Nothing against formula feeding. Like, if you can't breastfeed for some reason, whether that is because you don't produce enough, you don't, like, it's just not for you, or whatever, like, it's okay to formula feed. Yeah, like, we always had a can just in case, and we had to have a can just in case of, like, specialty formula because John was allergic to dairy, and so we had to have, like, expensive brand formula. Like, and so, trust me, out of everyone, I probably get it the most of, like, wanting to formula feed because, I mean, I had to cut out a whole category of food when I was breastfeeding, and it was rough. It was fucking rough. And so, like, I get it. Ultimately, I decided that I wanted to breastfeed because my anxiety had me convinced that if I didn't breastfeed and I formula fed my child, he was gonna die in his sleep. But that's on severe postpartum OCD. It's great. But, like, I'm telling you, he hit a year and I was done. I was like, I can't anymore. And that's what I did. I didn't anymore. I weaned him at like 13 months and that kid has not seen a boob since. And, like, I wanted to go 2 years, but I was like, I can't anymore. But, you know, like, if you can't breastfeed for whatever reason, whether it's mental health or supply or health reasons, you know, that's okay. Or if you're like an adoptive parent, but that was the whole, like, selling point of formula when formula became a thing, and it kind of villainized breastfeeding for a long time there because it was like, well, you can't work if you're breastfeeding. You can't do this if you're breastfeeding. You can work if you're breastfeeding. It's a little harder. Like, I know plenty of moms who breastfeed and pump, who work. A lot of military moms do it. A lot of moms in the military do it. They pump and then they give bottles of breast milk that they've pumped at work. I know quite a few military moms who've done that. But I know that was the main selling point of formula was if you don't breastfeed your baby and you give them formula, you can go back to work. You know, our men are going to war. Yeah. Which one did you get? I got a zombie, and I don't think I think I'm gonna get a different one next time, because it didn't work very well. Granted, agile alert. We will pause conversation while we wait for people to get back from that jail. We can go ahead and buy. But maths. I love you guys so much. I love my little British folk with their maths. I love you guys with your little maths. Little babies. Oh wait, I gotta do my daily like task cook-off and y'all call it math? Yes, we do. We call it math. Like, I'm doing math or math class. We don't call it math. Yeah, no. Back to, yeah, what, travel pump do you have, Susie? Because I had the Zomi one, and I didn't really like it. It didn't work very well for me, personally, so I wasn't a big fan. I've heard good things about the Lanzanos, so I might have to try it with the next one, because I get a free breast pump with every pregnancy, so I might try with that. I honestly didn't respond well to pumps. Unless it was like the wall spectra, if I'm honest. Or the manual ones. The manual ones I responded really well to too. Yeah, I got mine free. Bleach your hair before dyeing it. I want to dye my hair, but I really don't want to bleach it. When I was doing red at home, I didn't bleach it. But if I'm honest with you, it also depends on how dark your hair is. My hair naturally is about this dark. Like, this is very close to my natural hair color. This is dyed. to even it out more, but this is very close to my natural hair color. But when I was doing red, I didn't dye it. I didn't bleach it. When I did it at home, I never bleached it. To do this, I had to bleach it, but I will go to a professional now. I budgeted in for a professional now because I get prettier colors. And that's why if you look at my hair has a lot of really warm spots in it. Like the more yellowy spots. And then I also have some more blue spots like this patch here. And that's because my hair was so uneven from doing it at home, and my hair is naturally super warm. I am mostly Irish heritage, and so I have extremely warm hair. My hair color, my natural hair color has a natural like red sheen to it. I'm not a redhead, but I have like a very light red sheen to my natural hair color. And it, on top of the red chemicals from dyeing my hair red at home, made my hair lighten very red. Not very red, very orange. Didn't lighten as orange as I expected it to, but it did lighten very orange. And due to having chemicals in my hair from home, we didn't do a whole lot when it came to like the dye this time around because we didn't want to damage my hair. And so, but yeah, I did bleach this time around. And you can tell like this upper bit's very yellow. But like my bottom bits are pretty, like this is more like a teal, and honestly I don't hate it. I was like kind of afraid that it would lighten tealish and I wouldn't like it, but I actually don't hate the teal either. So the fact that it's lightened to a tealy color when it's actually warm and when it's actually cool toned, I actually don't hate it. She's writing the 4th book of, yeah, she announced that like this past weekend maybe. I'm super excited. Hi Ember, welcome in. Happy Thursday. How you doing, lovely? The dating shrooms, I love them. Oh shit, when was that easy? P payment going? Please be going through on the first half of the month and not the second. I beg. You're better. Shoulder's slightly better, but still taking time. Did you just like roll it wrong? Love you, baby. Hey, come back. Come back. Kissy. Wait, come back. I didn't get my keys. Okay, that's been figured out. Okay. I'm doing budgeting, and so I had lots of questions for him, and so I was muted for a second. Do you need to join this art group? I just saved 3 other books to apply for. Ooh. Maybe after I'm done budgeting, I will look into it, because I do need to like make sure I'm doing all of our budget stuff really quick. What this one? By the time I get home, it'll be time for dinner. Oh no. Okay. I'm thinking. I really don't like that fund is like an odd number. Oh, I could walk to get food, but I really don't want to. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I'll just divide it by two. I'm doing that right. Okay. I'm zeroing out our budget. Because we've never really zeroed out our budget. We've always left a little bit left over, but like with the way that we have things going right now, we have the ability to zero it out and like be putting so much into savings that like if we need to pull out of our savings for a little bit of something, we can. It's not like we got some extra money that we weren't expecting, and that like because we finally paid off our truck. I think that's the biggest thing is we finally paid off our truck. My husband got a brand new truck when he joined the army. He always says, he's like, I regret it. He's like, I should have gotten a used car. But you know what? His truck does great. I know we paid it off. We got that tax return and we said we paid off the truck and with all of our tax return, and then we pulled like the rest of it out of savings, and then we got a whole bunch of money back from our move with the military, and we were basically able to bring our savings right back up to where it was before we used some of it to pay off the truck. Does he have extended warranties through the dealership? If so, I would call and cancel them. I don't know if he does. But I will have him look into that actually. But like we were basically able to bring up our savings back up, and we were only doing like who he financed with, he may also be entitled to a GAP insurance refund, which is what you may have gotten back after paying off the truck. Okay, so what we got back after paying off the truck wasn't from the paying off the truck, it was from when you move with the military, you can put in like a thing like saying how much you spent on your move and also how much you moved like weight wise, and they'll pay you for moving stuff if you move stuff yourself. So we did a partial ditty. And so we got way more money than we were expecting back from the military from our move. Which is really nice. Because like I said, we were able to get our savings back up to where it was before we paid off the truck. Because we had used about half of our savings to pay off the leftover from what the tax refund didn't cover. And so we were not putting a whole lot into savings because we were really trying to pay off the truck. But now we're paying like almost triple, a little over triple what we were originally paying into savings now. And then we also are putting about triple what I was paying towards one of my credit cards each month into paying that off with just this second paycheck of the month. I haven't even touched the first paycheck of the month, which I probably should because that's the first one coming up. And that's with giving John an extra $50 that paycheck and adding another $25 to the house fund for stuff for the house. So I mean, I'll take it. And then cancellations. Then I do cancellation work as my job in the office. I did a refund for someone the day before leaving for upwards of $600. Dealerships want you to forget that you can call and cancel these things for refunds. Definitely gonna have to, because that'd be nice. Like, because that was one thing we were dealing with, the fact that like some fraud stuff. Susie knows about this, and there was like a whole thing where there was like $5,000 added into our account from some random bank account, and we don't know where that $5,000 went to. But when we like put in the fraud case, apparently the company that the money came from isn't like reaching back out for it, and so they mentioned that like we might be getting that $5,000 ourselves just because the fraud case is being found in our favor. And I was like, we'll send them for like $3. Hey, money's money in today's day and age. But I was like, you know, like, that's not... I was like, if we get an extra $5,000 that we didn't really originally have, we could pay off one of my credit cards with that. Like, completely off. And he was like, well, your credit would take a big hit if we just paid off one of your credit cards in total. Like, and I was like, then fuck, we'll pay off half of each one. And he was like, you know, that's not a bad idea. And I said, yeah, no, it's not. feel like we're missing something in this paycheck. No way. Okay. Boost this up to and then let's just, I don't know if he's gotten to work yet. I think he's already into work. Or that's good. We will have $1 left over on the first of the month. So that's just a floater. But if my calculations are right, we're gonna be doing really good. No matter what, so. As someone who really, okay, I gotta talk about, like, I think we're also supposed to be on a break. But I really gotta talk about, as someone who, like, really struggled when I first started living on my own. Like, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was living off of credit cards, which is why I have so much credit card debt to pay off. Like, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom doing what I love. My husband is doing his job. I could work if I want to. Like, we've said that all the time. We would just have to pay. Like, I would just be working to pay childcare, though. So, like, there's really no point. And I'm doing what I want to do anyway. But, like, we do really well. For, like, a family who is on one income and has one kid, we do really well. And I think part of it is because my husband doesn't have a lot of debt. He has about a year's worth of student loans, a year and a half's worth of student loans, which is quite a bit, but still. About a year and a half's worth of student loans. And then that's it. Like, we had the truck, but he almost had the truck paid off anyway. And I've found the way that we budget really helps. Like, I don't like the Dave Ramsey method because I think something that a lot of people run into when they're budgeting the Dave Ramsey method. My car loan, student loans, I'm about 30K in student debt. In debt, student loans can eat my toe though. I'm about 10K in credit card debt. About 10K in credit card debt total. But like, I had to live off my credit cards though in college because my university didn't pay me over one summer and I had to pay rent. Also, I refused to live with my grandfather anymore and rely on him for anything. And Susie knows why. But I've been paying it off very slowly. I try really hard not to use them. But like, it's a lot of growth. You know. Come to my house, I cooked. No, UK didn't pay me one summer when I was working. It took them all summer to figure out why I wasn't getting paid for my federal work study, but I couldn't not work because then I wouldn't get paid back. And then by the time that they were paying me, the school year was starting, and I had to buy books and also pay off the credit card debt that I had incurred paying my rent and everything else. So, but yeah, no, like, I do think, I don't like the Dave Ramsey budgeting style. It's very much preached and pushed, but like, someone I know when I first started budgeting like this was like, well, like, until you pay off your debts, I wouldn't have like fun money. And I was like, I understand that. I said, but as someone who has a past, yeah, it's suffocating and not maintainable. I was like, our bills are paid and we have money left over. We're meeting more than our minimum on our credit card payments and on our loan payments. We can budget in a little bit of money to have fun with so that it doesn't feel like we're suffocating in debt. And I think that's really important. Like, if you have when you're budgeting, which that's one thing I would like to point out. First off, the Dave Ramsey method, when you are living paycheck to paycheck, makes you feel like shit. Like, or the 20, 30, 50 rule or whatever the fuck it is, makes you feel like shit when you're living paycheck to paycheck. It's not supportive, I guess you could say. It's not helpful. And it really does make you feel like you are absolutely like the lowest of the low, when in reality you are just like most other Americans. Like most Americans in today's society are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck, because if we're honest, would have a cow, look at my finances, he would have a cow if he had to work with numbers and you. Yeah, exactly. Like I saw a video today about how someone was looking, and now there's like new like dealerships are trying to start doing like subscriptions for basic things in your vehicle that like back in the day you would pay for with your vehicle, like heated seats and using like the radio, not Sirius XM, like the regular radio, and using navigation services on your vehicle that come with your vehicle, which is absolutely insane to me. And like it was in like this person was like, on the series, a new installment on the series of you don't actually own anything, because it's really becoming to that thing. Like I've seen the trend of using like the skylight calendar. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, like the skylight calendar. It's like this like digital calendar, and it's like $300, and then you still have to pay a subscription to use anything on it. Like, I didn't say it, but it's like buying a video game. This is one of the reasons why I don't play World of Warcraft and like that type of game, those types of games, because I have to pay to buy the game, and then I also have to pay, at least back in the day, you have to pay to buy the game, but now you just pay the subscription to play it. Like, you download it and then you pay the subscription. Back in the day, I remember having to buy the disc of World of Warcraft and then still having to pay like a subscription. And that's one thing, like, I just don't play World of Warcraft enough to, like, I like World of Warcraft, don't get me wrong. I love me some World of Warcraft, but I just don't play it enough to quantify paying the subscription cost to play it. Which is why I like Palia a lot more, because I can step away. Oh my god, it's a pig. Hi! It's a pig. A picnic! Picnic! A picnic! I need it. I'm happy to see my plants are growing nicely. My neighbors swear this streak of sunny weather has been drying out their soil, but mine look nice and rich. Making some veggies grow extra fast. Could someone be responsible? Okay, so I'm guessing it needs to be morning, and I need to be gardening. Afternoon. No. Not harvesting? Wow. But yeah, no, like, that's why I've never really, like, been, like, I've played World of Warcraft here and there. I had a friend buy me, like, a month-long membership one year for Christmas. because they were really into it and I was playing it with them. But I just don't play it enough to warrant paying the subscription fee for it. Which is why I enjoy Palia, because I can step away from Palia. And yeah, do I miss out on like events and like stuff like that? Yeah, I do. But like, I can step away and not have to be like, oh, but my membership, I need to play it because I have my membership. Like, I don't play a lot of games that are subscription based because of that. Like, I just don't. Yeah, no, we budget in the sense that we budget bi-weekly because we get paid bi-weekly, and we do our bills, and our credit cards are part of those bills. And normally I'll put the minimum first, which funnily enough, my USAA credit card doesn't have a minimum because when I was living paycheck to paycheck, I was incurring a lot of interest fees and overdraft fees because I had it auto pulling from my account. But I didn't have money. And so I called USAA and I was like, hey, hear me out. Which, by the way, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you do have like credit cards and you have minimum fees, sometimes if you call your credit card companies, they're really understanding. Not all, but some. And deep down, they really don't want you incurring like interest fees regularly because that means that you're never going to pay it off. And they do want their money back. Ultimately, they do want their money back. And so, like, in my case, I was racking up interest fees. I was racking up overdraft fees because my account was automatically pulling my minimum from my debit account. And so I called USA and I was like, here's my situation. Like, what can I do? And they completely removed my minimum. And they've never added it back. I've always paid what would be way more than my minimum anyway, but they never added back my minimum. So technically I don't have a minimum payment on USAA. So what I typically do when I'm budgeting is we always do our bills first. Credit card minimums fall under those bills. And those are bills. Those obviously aren't able to be moved. Those have to be paid. Whatever. And then we do our unmovable funds. That's what we call them. Well, we do our subscriptions. Technically, those are cancelable, but we try not to cancel them because we do use them. If we notice that we're not using a subscription, we try to cancel it. We do our subscriptions, and we try to balance our subscriptions between different halves of the month. Like, we have around $30 the first of the month and $30 the second of the month. And funnily enough, like, the first of the month are it's like streaming services, and the second half of the month is like Audible and Kindle. So hungry. Oh no. Primey's gonna wither away. But we try to do that. And so we do our bills, our subscriptions, and then we have unmovable funds, which is savings and groceries. Because obviously we have to buy groceries. We have to feed ourselves. And then we also really want to put money into saving. You mean birth me? Oh, right, that's birth me. I might actually lose weight. I can't. But we try to put money into our savings, a regular amount every time. Just because we have an interest-bearing savings account. And so as long as we're putting money into our savings account, we collect interest and our bank pays us more money for putting money into our things. Ebs. But then we also have what we call our fuck off funds or our fun funds. So we have a house fund, which is stuff for the house. So like right now we're really trying to buy furniture and stuff. So that money goes towards furniture. And then we have our personal fuck off funds. So I have one, Luke has one, and the child has one. I am birth me fear my wound, Holland. But those come after everything just because we want to make sure that we have all the money we throw into. And we also don't want to go over a certain amount with those funds just because we don't want to have an extravagant amount of money for our fuck off fund. Like, because ultimately if we want something that costs more than our normal fuck off fund, we save that money. And so what I run into though this time around is we did have a lot of money left over after doing what we would normally do for our fun funds and everything else. But I didn't want to add to our fun funds because I didn't want to add so much into it. And so then I was running into, oh shit, what do I do with all this money? And so I just split it between the lowest debt to be paid for that paycheck and our savings. And so we're putting a lot more into savings every paycheck than we ever have. Which is really nice. You're delirious. Oh no. But yeah, no. And I learned that method of budgeting from somebody else. And honestly, it's worked really well for us. And it does help us not feel like we are restricted, like we still have our fuck off fund. But we're not like being super extravagant and we're still trying to pay off our loans, which is really important. I get weird when I'm hungry or tired or hyped up on sugar or chicken nuggets. Fair. Also, while you're here, I'm almost done with For Whom the Bell Tolls. I'm like, let's see, how far am I through it? I am 69% through. Hello! You're telling your mom about it today? Hi, Mom. I would hop into your stream this morning, but I was getting my kid awake. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm 69% of the way through. I have 6 minutes left in the chapter I'm currently in. So, I'm good. How are you? She was in French anyway today. I would not have understood a damn thing. Maybe my child can learn some French from you. My mother-in-law knows French. She actually studied abroad in France for a while. I had an afterlife dream last night and I needed to be a book. Listen, so I always set on this book idea. I read angel romance, like the young adult angel romance when I was in high school and middle school. If you know what series I'm talking about, that's one of them. That's one of them. That's not the only one, but that is one of them. I think I have both of the series over here somewhere. Oh, it should be over here. Oh, they're both right here. Fallen, as mentioned in chat, I haven't read these copies. These were copies that I bought as shelf trophies in high school after I read the library copies of them. But Fallen, which I really liked Fallen just because of the mental health aspect of it and the asylum type. It's not an asylum, it's a boarding school, but it's a boarding school for the mentally questionable. So I really liked it because of that, because obviously I have a special interest in mental health and psychiatry and shit. But this book series is another really good one. And it's a little bit darker. It's still young adult, but it's a little bit darker than Fallen. So if you haven't read this one, still good. It's still young adult though. But I've been a angel demon romance girly I'm loving For Whom the Bell Tolls. She's also announced that she's officially working on the next one, actually, which is exciting. I'm loving it though. I've been eating it up, which I've gotten a lot more time to read it than I normally would because my child is finally discovering independent play. Like yesterday, after nap time, he played by himself in a corner, didn't want any of my attention for like a whole hour. A whole hour. This child is normally up my ass. Yeah, that's one thing I'm dealing with is like I feel guilty because I'm like, well, I'm over here like reading on my phone. But like, yeah, and I already deal with mom guilt all the time. But I'm over here like reading on my phone and I'm like, well, shouldn't I be interacting with him? But then I remember, no, it's important for them to have independent, like them having independent play is important. That's an important developmental milestone. Like, because they're exploring things in their own way when they're having independent play. But like, that is something I've been struggling with is like, should I be over there? Should I be like playing with him? I'm like, no, he's fine. If he wants me, he knows that he can come over to me because I have a rule that if he is independent playing and I'm on my phone and he comes over to me, I automatically put my phone down. That's a rule I have. I've always had it. I try really hard not to be on my phone, like in front of him. Well, Miss got blood work done and I just got the results. She's at a higher risk for diabetes 1 genetically, so I just feel, oh no. Well, if you're taking care of her and making sure that you're monitoring her food intake, it can help a lot. Specifically her sugar intake, her processed sugars. And it's also good that you're like, it's really hard when that's all they'll eat, but also them like encouraging her to eat actual fruit over like processed fruity foods would be more important. She had an emotional support broccoli the other day. John hates broccoli. I think he gets that from me though. My husband likes broccoli. I don't. The only way that I'll eat broccoli if it's like really shredded up fine. I don't like whole stalks of broccoli. I don't mind the taste of it. It's just the texture. But I don't know. He like independent played for like an hour yesterday. And then we went to the park yesterday afternoon and he was having a blast just wandering around the park and playing in the sand by himself. And I was just like, and then he even did it this morning, like before I was trying to go to the library at like 9 o'clock. Just eating fruit, cream, oatmeal, and hour before her blood work was drawn, showing it was elevated, even with water, and it was only 8 grams of sugar. Oh no. I know. I, like, even this morning, we were supposed to go to the library at like 9 because they opened at that time. And he was independent playing. He had been for like 10 minutes. And I was like, I don't want to, like, who's diabetic, subtract the fiber from the sugar, so she technically only had 7 grams of sugar. Oh no. Well, hopefully their doctor will help you, her doctor will like help you get a better breakdown of how to manage it. Because that's one thing, if you're catching it this early, that's good because you're catching it early and you can help manage it properly. But he was like sitting there playing by himself for like 10 minutes and I was like, I want to go to the library, but also like if you're entertained, I'm not gonna bother you. So I like let him continue playing and then he got up and started wandering around and trying to get into stuff. I was like, you want to go to the library? And he was like, let's fucking go. So we went to the library for a little bit. And he started trying to get into the backpack because he was hungry. And so I was like, okay, let's go home, go have lunch so we can go down for it. But I've had more, like I was texting my mother-in-law this morning. And so I was like sending her pictures of him independent playing, and I was like, he's been so into it that like I've actually been able to read while he's been awake, which is a rarity. But yeah, no. The way that I combat the mom guilt when it comes to like not focusing on him 24/7. Alex at the library, but it's just her tearing up the toys and us trying to keep her away from the books. John does pretty okay. If I'm honest, he does pretty okay. I'm gonna snooze ads because we're about to end stream anyway. He does pretty okay, thankfully. Yeah, no, we went and he wanted to pull a few books off the shelves, but they also have like this really cool light table that you can turn the knobs and change the color of it. And put like colorful pebbles and stuff on it. It's really cool. To eat them, but now she likes to rip the pages. Oh no. John eats lots of books. It's really bad. You know, I told my mother-in-law and I was like, yeah, no, like he's been really into play lately, and so I've been like actually able to read while he's been awake, which is really rare. But I combat the mom guilt of like not having my sole attention on him when he's independent playing by like telling myself, one, him learning how to independently play. Children independently playing is actually a developmental milestone. It's really important for them to learn how to independently play. Obviously you should still be playing with them. It shouldn't be like a, oh, you're independently playing now, I'm never playing with you again kind of situation. And I've kind of learned, because I saw a TikTok on this, John needs his mom bucket filled before he can independently play. Like, he has to get a lot of attention from me and like lots of input from me in the morning before he's ready to independently play. And I've been like really trying to work on filling his mom bucket, playing with him a lot super early in the morning, and normally by the time that he's like an hour and a half from going, like eating lunch to before he goes down for a nap, he's independently playing and he wants nothing to do with me. And same thing like in the afternoon and the evening. Normally he wakes up from nap and he doesn't want anything to do with me, and then dad comes home and he wants everything to do with me. Because he knows I'm gonna go take a shower and do my own thing for a little bit. But you know, I've been like really finding out that like, so like I really hardcore put as much energy as I can into him, and also I've learned that I really try, if I look up from my phone every couple of pages, because I mean I can read a page or two on my phone in the span of 30 seconds to a minute depending on what's going on, and I'll look up so that if he does look up, he is seeing that I am still watching him. And then I also try to be mindful of if he does come up to me. I do put my phone down. I'm like, hey, what's up? And normally it's to put a book in my lap and wants me to read a book, but that's okay. But I do have a really big rule in our house that I really try to enforce, that if the kid walks up to you after not paying attention to you, if you have your phone out, put your phone down, look at the kid. To the point where if you don't, he will actually take your phone from you. It's very, hey, I'm wanting your attention if he does that. He is waking up too, so. Your kid, 15 minutes of attention and play can help him be more engaged in independent play. Alex just wants us on the floor with her, which wouldn't be a problem. But if I'm on her level, she jumps on me and hits, and is not playing on her own, and instead wants to horseplay. But if dad does it, she leaves him alone. That just means she's more comfortable with you. We have the same issue with us, is John really, like, I cannot be on the same level with him. He's better about it when it's just me and him, but the second that dad is home, if I'm on the same level as him, he is, like, on top of me, hitting me, being an absolute menace. I'm trying to find someone to raid because my child has set up and is looking around. Yeah, no, we're gonna raid Brianna. Yeah, no, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for joining me. Little parenting advice at the end there. Spending time with your kids is super important, but also, like, don't feel guilty to take time for yourself. That's something I'm still learning, if I'm being honest. But thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys on probably tomorrow. Keep an eye out because we're supposed to be starting back up to D&D with our D&D group tomorrow. I just have to double check with everybody that it's okay that I stream D&D. because obviously there are other people involved that do not stream, and I want them to feel comfortable. There should also be a YouTube video going out tomorrow, and everything else, but keep an eye out for the joys of that, and then I will see you guys, if not Friday or tomorrow for D&D. I will see you guys for Coworking on Sunday. Also, keep an eye out for the giveaway. Make sure to enter the giveaway if you have not. But I will see you guys either tomorrow or Sunday. Bye-bye. You can be a fucking butterfly, y'all. Oh my gosh, I can customize my gloves, like my garden gloves. We unlocked a new spirit. What did we unlock? What did we get? What do we get? What do I get? Please. Oh my goodness, it's a little gnome! It's a little gnome! I'm so mad. But we've unlocked a new spirit, and this is a spirit I'm really excited about, so we're gonna look at it because I'm super excited. Oh my goodness. I just want to squish it. I just want to squish it. Look at its little ears. Bell Blossom. Hi and bye. Hi and bye. Let me disarm this man. Oh my goodness. There ain't no way. There really isn't a way. It's a little gnome. Gnome? We looked at him yesterday, that's right. What are your options? God, you're so cute. Look at it. Look at it. It's just a baby. It's just a baby. I want it. I want it in real life. I want it in real life. Let's see who we got. Is it the fairy? Please be the fairy. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, she'd be cute patootie. Oh. This one, because it has like a book and a quill, and I like this one. Yeah, it's my first ever sponsorship and my first ever giveaway. It's a lot of firsts today, but I'm super excited about it. Can I choose what plant? I can choose the plant. Guys, we can have a mushroom farm. I'm gonna be doing. I'm so mad. But we've unlocked a new spirit, and this is a spirit I'm really excited about, so we're gonna look at it because I'm super excited. Oh my goodness. I just want to squish it. I just want to squish it. Look at its little ears. Bell Blossom. Hi and bye. Hi and bye. Let me disarm this man.